by ChowDsp. I'm gonna test it on drums here. It's called ChowMultiTool, and here on this drop down menu you can choose the different plugins within, or processors within this multi-tool, right? You have first a linear EQ. Linear EQ will not colorate the sound, will not introduce harmonics or something. It's pretty clean, and I saw some tests that it was indeed it wasn't altering the phase in any way. So you have the bands here that you can turn off and turn on. For instance, you click here and you select a bell like that, right? You have all types of filters and bells and stuff, like high pass filters, 12 dB per octave. All right, and like that, you can turn them off like that. Pretty cool. And also you can draw your own EQ with this pencil that you have. Select here and you have this curve, right, applied to the sound. Pretty cool. And also you have Waveshaper. This like the word suggests, will shape the waveform, right? Like it will add saturation and distortion, right? You can use this like a clipper. You can use it as fuzz, spline, west coast, hard clipping, right? And it will introduce a pretty cool saturation with oversampling to not to avoid the digital distortion of the how they call it, back folding. I don't remember the exact word, but with oversampling you don't get the digital distortion that introduces saturation in higher frequencies, right? Besides the wave shaping, you have a signal generator. For instance, here 1.13K. Right, just a signal generator. I use them all the time to analyze plugins with a signal like that, and to know the different harmonics, second, third order harmonics, stuff like that in analog type of plugins, right? Then you have an analog EQ that does introduce a bit of coloration to the sound. Treble boost. It has also a curves like EQ, analog EQs, right? These types of curves that are very musical and found on analog EQs, right? After this, you have the band splitter. You can divide the frequency spectrum into 3 bands, right? And you need some routing in order for you to be able to listen only what's going on here in the lows, for instance, here in the mids or highs. I'm not gonna go in depth about that, but you can watch the video on the ChowDsp website to be able to hear every part, every frequency range, right? Every band split here. And you have also a Brickwall. This is a Brickwall filter, not a Brickwall limiter, in the form of a low pass like that. You have some pretty drastic filters, right? This low pass and then a high pass like this. All right, and this one, it's a pretty cool filter, also found on synthesizers, also pretty musical. You have a Q control here, right? It can be low pass, high pass, band pass, or multi-mode, plain ARP and Werner, right? Pretty cool. So all of this combined within this plugin, pretty cool. I'm gonna go to the initial preset like this, and let's use it here on these drums. I'm gonna use some of these processors. Let's use the EQ, transparent, bell, high shelf, some lows, pretty transparent EQ, right? Waveshaper, some saturation. Be careful because it will increase the volume. Buzz. And I loved this free draw. Right, pretty cool. And this hard clipping. And the signal generator, you already heard it, analog EQ. Right, pretty straightforward. Band splitter and the Brickwall. And the SVF. Alright, that's the ChowMultiTool. You can use it in many creative ways, I am sure of that.